What's good, y'all? Man, we got Fantastic Four final trailer Easter egg breakdown, man. Like it up so much, trying to hit the bell if y'all new. That's four.
What's going on, guys? Welcome to Everything Always. My name's Michael Roman, aka All Fires, and right on time, as promised, the brand new trailer for the Fantastic Four, and what I think is really our most comprehensive look at the film yet. We're gonna go through this thing with a fine-tooth comb, point out some things you might have missed. There's also been some other footage with promos as of late, major changes and update to CGI, and our best look at Galactus so far. We're breaking it all down, the brand new trailer for the Fantastic Four, but first, if you could grab the subscribe button. Thanks to everyone who's been helping grow the channel lately, and if you haven't already, I would just kindly invite you to do so. Subbing is the #1 thing you can do to support the channel, plus it'll enter you for the giveaways. If you want, stick around to the end of the video. We get into all the giveaway stuff again there. Also, quickly, I will say there have been a ton of spoilers and leaks circulating on the internet. We're going to stay away from all that stuff during this video and just talk about the trailer. So they're live on the Ted Gilbert Show, and all of a sudden, their watches alert them to danger. And I just want to say quickly, we had talked about this sort of being like an Inspector Gadget watch where you've got a video on top, but really this watch more closely resembles the Dick Tracy watch, especially in its design. And while the Dick Tracy watch was radio only with no screen, it's still the retro future tech of it all, and these watches are super important later on in alerting them with the arrival of Silver Surfer. Then we get a quick power showcase for all four of them. We see Mr. Fantastic with his stretchy powers jumping into action, Sue Storm with her force fields manipulating matter within them. Now, quick side note, there's a poster for Sub-Zero Intel behind Sue Storm in this shot. We've actually seen this title once before on a ticker in a previous trailer scene. Theorists on Reddit have gone on to say that this may be a fictitious film based on a true story of Captain America, as a reference to Captain America existing in this world, but the creatives on the film have maintained that there are no other superheroes for right now other than the Fantastic Four in this timeline. Next up is Johnny Storm, and he speeds past what's an advertisement for Coppertone that he's actually in. He sets that on fire, and then we get a nod to a bit of the heartthrob aura over Johnny Storm with some girls swooning in the street, and I guess that became kind of a bit of a thing where they toned down his womanizing, and some fans were upset, but that's all just really silly. Then the trailer establishes this gag where fans on the street are asking the Thing to say his punchline, pun totally intended, it's clobbering time, and he insists that that's only for the cartoon, and then we see Johnny do his iconic 4 in the sky. Now, I love it. Johnny Storm is teasing him, hey, what time is it? And he's not going to say it, it's dinner time, but right as they're about to have Sunday dinner, we have the arrival of Silver Surfer. We get an extended introduction this time where she's referring to Galactus. I herald his beginning, I herald your end, and then we see this ship floating ominously in front of the Earth. Now, first up, they've said they're sort of going for sci-fi space horror vibes with how they've shot a lot of the stuff regarding Galactus, and that's exactly what's inspiring this sort of ominous shot here. Now, that ship for sure is Galactus's ship.
Yeah, I was saying, yeah.
Now, in the comics, it's definitely represented as a more angular sort of infinity sign style ship to represent the infinite power of Galactus. However, this design looks like it's drawn from the Silver Surfer animated series when it appeared more as a circular disc. Now we can sort of map this next scene after the final scene in the last trailer where Reed is showing Johnny the brand new spacesuits he designed because they're wearing them. And they're obviously going to Galactus' ship, Tatu, to confront him, where they're getting the first look at him, and we are as well, but Marvel has withheld that first clear look because obviously they're saving that for the theater experience. Still, they've given us, again, the best look yet, the most comprehensive look, and the character looks so accurate right out of the comics. I couldn't be more pleased with his design. Speaking of which, I've been pretty critical of the CGI on Silver Surfer up until now, but it definitely looks like they've done a couple of passes on the rendering and definitely up-resed her skin texture, because this last shot of her with the natural eyes looks absolutely amazing. So what I said in previous trailers stands, but to me this looks a lot better, and I'm very pleased to see it. I'm wondering if that wasn't a side effect of some of the test screenings we've heard they've been doing internally and externally. Now we get a shot of them all hurriedly piling back into the ship, because very obviously they are no match for Galactus and cannot believe what they've just seen. Now this shot right here is from extended footage that was actually shown recently at a Comic-Con this year, in which Reed Richards tells Ben Grimm, who's flying the ship and is always behind the wheel because he's the best pilot, to fly directly into a black hole, which may lead to Franklin Richards' birth and his insane power set. Now speaking of which, remember the synopsis said that things got super personal. Look at the sign in the background. It doesn't say Earth believes believes in you. It said Earth believed in you. The people have definitely turned against the Fantastic Four because Galactus is going to demand Franklin Richards, which Sue Storm has clearly there in his arms, and they are not going to let Galactus have them. So Earth is sort of going to be turning on the Fantastic Four when before they've been celebrities and they've been celebrated. Now the sentiment has kind of changed, but obviously they're not going to surrender Franklin to the Fantastic Four. That's why Reed Richards is working overtime on the board to figure out what to do, and we may get a glimpse at their plan coming up here shortly. And now, they make jokes about just crushing him, but obviously that's not a thing. I want to reiterate this car right here to the left. This car actually appeared on one of the Fantastic Four posters, and I may be wrong, but it looks like clearly to me there is white hair coming down over a suit jacket in this car. I think this is the car of Red Ghost, played by John Malkovich, and I think for at least a little part of this film he'll actually end up helping the Fantastic Four, the way that Mole Man is also rumored to as well. Now, I have to point out this next Easter egg, but man, we may be stretching harder and longer than Reed Richards for this one. In this next scene, after we see the feet of Galactus, there is a poster that says The Lone Nomad. Okay, so early on and before even the first trailer dropped, we were getting rumors from industry insiders that Chris Evans was going to have a cameo in this Fantastic Four film, and if you watch that video, you'll remember I said if that's true, it's most likely as Johnny Storm from the multiverse when they sort of meet the other Fantastic Four from the Fox universe. However, people pointed to that Sub-Zero Intel title that's right below it on the ticker as sort of being a Steve Rogers reference and Easter egg. Again, keep in mind there are rumors that Chris Evans appears in this film, and now we see the Lone Nomad, where Nomad is famously the version of Steve Rogers that's been rumored to have his own series or film for years, literally since 2020 here at the channel, and the same version that was rumored for a while to be showing up in Avengers Doomsday. So take that for what it's worth. It says it. I'm not sure how true that is. Now, speaking of the Fantastic Four's plan, let's for a second take a look at this shot. Okay.
So yeah, I know what's going on with that shot. That's all. I'm like, what's going on with this? And I got one right there behind. Like,
so at first I thought that this was a rocket launch because it does look like the back of their rocket, but it's not. It's something opening up and creating an upward force field here in the foreground, and it's not New York. That's the Eiffel Tower. But look in the background, both to the right and to the left. There are two other devices that are seemingly doing this and across the Earth. So I think the Fantastic Four's plan about how they're going to defeat Galactus and protect the Earth may revolve around whatever this is, which we'll go into a deep dive and have a follow-up full theory video about, because I have a couple of ideas. But in the meantime, this is probably what Reed Richards has been working on that blackboard for the entirety of the film. And when it comes to defending the Earth and defeating Galactus, their plan may be to use what Reed has learned about space and teleport him to a different timeline, which of course doesn't really help that universe, but it does save their own. Now, on a completely lighter note, and after some shots of the family and Franklin Richards, we got to talk about this shot where Human Torch is riding the back of the Thing. The Thing, in most of the trailer, doesn't have a beard, but in this shot, and for some reason, not only does he have a beard, it's a brick beard. Human Torch is riding him, trying to get him to say it's clobbering time, and he refuses. But I bet this might be the moment in the film when they finally land. If this is some huge body slam on Galactus or the like, he's gonna say it's clobbering time. Because at this point, Johnny Storm's probably been teasing him and literally trying to get him to say this the entire film. It's gonna be such a payoff when it goes down in the third act, as well as however this ends up. But man, I absolutely love the detail of the brick beard. Would you guys let me know all your thoughts down below? I am sure I missed some things in Easter eggs, so if you saw any details in here that you think are worth mentioning or things that I should bring up in future videos, theories, etc., definitely leave those in the comments. I'm all ears as always. We will have some follow-up videos for extended thoughts on the footage, but you guys let me know your thoughts down below. I think this looks amazing. I am so hyped for it. Make sure to hit the sub button, leave a comment down below.
I'm liking it.
For our giveaways, make sure to hit the like button if you like today's video, and the leave a comment, your thoughts down below. I think this looks amazing. I am so hyped for it. Make sure to hit the sub button, leave a comment down below to be entered for our giveaways. Make sure to hit the like button if you like today's video, and the notification bell to keep up with videos at the channel. Find me on Instagram and Twitter at IamFires. Find me on all other platforms with original music under the name AllFires. Thanks for your support here at the channel. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.
Anyway, man, like it, that's my time to hit the bell. Hit the bell if you're new, man. Let me know what y'all think. Let me know, comment down below. Let me know, y'all, man. But like it, sub, hit that bell, and yeah. Let me know what y'all excited for. Let me know. Alright, peace.